All right, so I'm going to say this. When it comes to any situation, context is key. And if you're going to report on something, please have all of your information. Just recently, something blew out of proportion, and I'm going to say this is why, to some extent, I have like family ask me why I never watch the news. This is why. So, as you guys probably already know, the whole fiasco with the Catholic students wearing the MAGA hats, with the protesters. All over the news, people are blaming the Catholic students, claiming that they are at fault, and that they instigated the whole situation, as well as, all this other crap. And I'm going to say this right now with the 30-second clip that they use for a lot of the news media. Yeah, that's what it seems like. But if you were, guys, let's say, were to watch the full video, there's more context to the whole situation. You have these kids, especially the one kid, which I'm going to give him props, because the one thing you don't want to do is, which for some reason, a lot of people don't get at this point, is if you're having a confrontation, don't freak out on the camera. Which, again, this is something that a lot of these people don't get. But, what are they going to do? So you have this, I'm using air quotes, veteran. That's what he claims. Apparently people are debunking him, saying that, he's a liar, that he's never been a veteran. He's never been in any war or combat. Get into this kid's face with the drum, started chanting, and the kid, again, I have to give him props, just stood there, smiled. I mean, that was probably the only crime. He smiled, and, just took it like a man and just, let the guy do his thing. Now, so far, it seems like this man, who obviously wanted to instigate a confrontation, is the one at fault. And it doesn't help the situation that if you guys watch the full video, you have these said people telling these kids to go to Europe. And my immediate reaction is, you guys realize they are Americans, right? They were born on American soil. They are born, or at least they are Americans. They are allowed to live there. And I hate when people try to bring up the whole ancestry thing. Oh, your ancestors do this, which that's a big leap. Your ancestors did this, so now you have to pay. Your ancestors did this, you should go back to their country. And these people don't get the fact that a lot of these people, I'm assuming a lot of these kids, probably aren't even, or at least their ancestors weren't even European. Half of them are probably from various other countries. But what do I know, right? As some people would want to point out, I'm just a straight cis white male who doesn't know jack crap. Whereas you have these people who are instigating a problem, trying to get a reaction from these kids, and getting in this one kid's face to try to see if he would do something. And clearly he didn't. The only crimes that these kids ever commit is maybe joining into the chanting, and that's it. Never telling the person to, go home. Never telling the person that they want the wall built. None of that crap that the news media has been claiming. So, I go back to my original statement. Context is key. Because if you don't give the full context to a situation, then why should we take your word for granted? And at that point, at least to a lot of people, you're nothing but liars if you're going to leave information out and not give everybody the full detail. And yes, I'm calling out every news media that is doing this right now, every individual who wants to claim this man a hero. No, this man is not a hero. The guy that got into a kid's face to try to cause a problem is not a hero. He is a bully. He is somebody who wanted to try to cause problems, to cause a continuous rift towards people. He wants to claim that he was for peace and love and all this other crap, and uses Martin Luther King's good name. I'm sorry, but your ideals of love and peace are false. It is a falsehood. If you believed in that sort of thing, then we would be coming together. A lot of these people who want to use Martin Luther King as a martyr in this political climate at this point are false. They are liars. If you guys truly believed in the message that he tried to give everyone, then you wouldn't be pulling half the crap that you'd be pulling. You wouldn't be trying to separate people from each other. You wouldn't be trying to cause problems from each other. You would just live and let live. You would forgive people, or at the very least, not even forgive people. Not try to hold people for what people in the past did. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Holding somebody accountable for something that they had nothing to do with. So, my final thoughts with this whole situation. Half the news media are liars. If you guys watched the full video, then you would understand that what those kids did, their only crime was wearing a hat. And then maybe joining in on the protest. That's it. They didn't tell the people that they want the wall built. They didn't, cause any problems for the protesters. The one kid that everybody wants. Oh, and I want to point something out. To those people who have been trying to dox and get the information of these kids, shame on you. You soulless hacks. Shame on you for trying to target people, trying to ruin people's lives because they believe something that you don't. You people are shameless and disgusting. So, I'm going to end it here. What are your thoughts? I know I sound angry because, to be perfectly honest, I am a little bit peeved. When I hear about Martin Luther King and when I heard about him when I was really young, I thought his message was for everybody to come together, not trying to separate or at least try to make one group better than the other, which is what some groups are trying to do. That's not what Martin Luther King was for. He was for everybody coming together, working together in perfect harmony, in peace, love, honor, respect. But these people don't get that. And I say shame on you. And I say shame on you for sullying this good man's name and dishonoring him with your actions. Thank you guys for watching. What are you guys' thoughts? Leave it in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. This is Rob of Novakast Studios signing off. Have a good one, and take care.